Okay, I just want to do a quick video. I was gonna get all cute and everything with it, but I decided not to. Got too many interruptions. People were outside working. Some dogs got loose. It was a mess. Anyway, people who follow me on Facebook know I've been in the hospital. I was in the hospital for 5 days, 5.5 days actually. Um, my toe got infected. After I asked the doctor to remove the pin, she wouldn't. I got an infection in my toe. I went to the hospital. And they said, well, we're going to have to clean the infection out. We'll put you on some antibiotics and we'll clean the infection out. Well, they drew blood and they said it would take up to 3 days for them to see what kind of bacteria it was in my blood. And I was told later that was stupid because once you give somebody antibiotics, there's no need to even check for bacteria because the antibiotics kills it. But anyway, I went in on Thursday morning after I called the doctor Wednesday night and said I had a fever and my toe was swollen. She said, come see me. We went, seen her at 8 o'clock in the morning. They put me in the hospital. I sat in the emergency room for 4 hours, and they put me upstairs in a room for 4 hours before they ever tried to give me an IV. Stuck me 29 times because they decided to go with cheap needles. I don't think they saved any money by doing that. But nurses up there were really sweet. They all were really nice to me. I'm not going to say one bad word about them. But Saturday morning, one of the attending physicians from the hospital came in, and she said they were going to have to clean the infection out of your toe, or clean the infection out. And I said, okay. And I said, what do you need to do that? And she said, well, basically what we got to do is we got to go in and remove the bone. I looked at her and said, you mean take my toe off? And she said, pretty much. Boy, I'm tell you what, I just felt my heart. You gotta be freaking kidding me. I said, I didn't ask for this. Number one, it made no sense to give a patient with diabetes a pin and worry about getting an infection. You know, didn't make any sense to me. But anyway, I said, no. Is there an alternative? She said, well, we can give you antibiotics for 6 weeks, but if it don't work, we're going to have to cut your toe off anyway. Take your toe anyway. I said, well, let's go that route. She said, well, I have to get infectious disease in here and all this stuff. And I said, all right. Because, you're not taking my toe. Later that night, an older gentleman, he comes in. He's semi-retired. He's working on the weekend, so his partners can get a break. And he said, oh, yeah, we can save your toe. No problem. He says, we might have to get down in there and see what kind of bacteria it is, make sure we can treat it and get rid of it. But we'll give you a bunch of antibiotics and treat you at home, and we'll take care of it. I said, all right. He came back the next night, and he said his partner would be in to see me Monday that they need to put in PICC line. If you don't know what a PICC line is, I got a port right here in my arm. It attaches to the big vein, and it runs all the way over to my vena cava in my heart. So this little line right here goes all the way to my heart, which makes me very uneasy because when they did it, it felt like I swallowed something hard and it went down scraping my esophagus. I could feel it right there. So you should have been able to feel anything. I said, I felt it, and my heart fluttered a little bit. So they told me to watch it and make sure, I don't get no pulmonary embolisms, which is air in your bloodstream that can cause you to have a heart attack, cause you to have, if it goes to your lungs, you won't be able to breathe. Because your brain, you're going to have a stroke. You're done for, pretty much. I don't know why the hell they were telling me to watch out for it. They ain't going to be able to do nothing. But anyway, try and keep this short. The infectious disease dude came in Monday night after they put this in. And he sent me to get this, which is the intravenous injection pump with 2 quarts of antibiotics. And I told him, I said, the other doctor said from the hospital that I didn't have a very good chance of keeping my toe. So what do you think? What are the odds of me keeping my toe? He said, well, just doing antibiotics, we probably got a 69% chance. And I was like, hell yeah, that's better than 5, what she was saying. So he said, if we have to, we can do a biopsy of the bone and see if we can figure out what kind of bacteria it is. We could treat it directly. He said they should have done that as soon as you came in here. I said they had no intentions on keeping my toe. They had already decided the second that they saw me to send me to the hospital to have my toe removed. They had already called the orthopedic doctor and scheduled me for physical therapy and everything after they removed my toe. I'm like, no. Anyway, my point being, when you, this doctor said this to me. She said, you signed that piece of paper before we put that pin in your toe. You knew there was a risk of infection. I said, I didn't know you were putting a pin in, number one. I said, don't make no sense to me to put a pin in and give bacteria a pathway to get into the bone when you're trying to keep me from getting bacteria in the bone. And she said, well, most patients just want to go ahead and get it over with, have the toe removed, get back to their normal life. I don't think life is normal without a toe. I don't. I don't know about you, but I don't. She was rude. She was mad because I told her no. And when they say we're going to clean out the infection, you better ask questions. What does that entail? Most people don't want to hear the finer details of what they do to the bodies and stuff like that. But I tell you what, it'd be a hell of a surprise to wake up without a toe, wouldn't it? Boy, don't you know I would have been mad as a... if I'd have woke up without my toe. I actually called a lawyer because I was so mad and I was so upset that I was going to lose my toe and all this stuff. And they said, well, if they'd have removed your toe and you woke up without it, after this, all they said they were going to do was clean out the infection, you'd own the hospital. I said, well, I don't want to own the hospital. I just want to keep my toe. And I don't think they should get away with it, but you're going to do what you're going to do. And I'm recording this on my laptop if you're wondering why it's so grainy and everything. But I just want to give you guys a heads up that when you go to the doctor and you get sign in release forms, you make sure you ask what's in them if you don't do anything else. You make sure you either read it or you ask them what's in it. You ask them what the procedure is, what they're planning on doing. Because I had a back surgery. They said they were going to fuse L2, L3 in my back because I had a compression fracture in my back. They didn't. They fused 3, 4 and said they did it to stabilize it 2, 3. I personally think they made a mistake because they did it laterally. They went in through the side. I think they made a mistake because they still removed the bone from L2, L3, or at least L3. I can't remember which one that was exactly, but it didn't make no sense, the things that they did, and I know they made a mistake. But nobody would fix it after that, so I have to live with that. But I wasn't going to live without my toe when she said that. I was like, no. That's why I'm glad I asked, what does that entail? Because she said, well, nobody told you that we have to take the bone? I said, you mean take my toe? And, boy, I'm telling you, I about cried, worrying myself about it. Went and got the antibiotics. They're going to treat me for 6 weeks. If it comes, they're going to take me off of it for a week. If it starts to come back, the The other doctor said that he would, infectious disease doctor said that they would biopsy the bones if they could find the one particular bacteria and identify it and treat it. Excuse me. If that means going into the bone to treat it or whatever. I'm like, go for it. I don't want to lose my toe. You know, it's too easy for a doctor to take the shortcut and ruin your life. It's your life, it's your body, it's your health. You need to be proactive in it. You need to be the one asking the questions, or at least if you're not able to ask the questions, you make sure whoever you give your power of attorney to, that you grant your living will to, or whatever, that they understand that you want them to ask questions and you do what's absolutely the best for you. It's not always the best thing to cut off a part of your body just because you got a little infection. And we're going to get ahead of this thing. We're going to cut your toe off and stop that bacteria in its tracks. You know how many people out there live with infection? You know what a staph infection is? It's in your body, you can't get rid of it. You know what MRSA is? You can't get rid of it. But people live with it. They take medicine for it. Same thing with this kind of infection. The only reason they get out of control is people don't take care of themselves and they let it get out of control. But the point is, ask these questions. Don't go into the hospital blind. Don't think the doctor knows best. Because I'm going to tell you what, these doctors have it. They have a racket going where they look out for themselves. They want to get you in the hospital, make as much money off of you as they can, and get you back out of the hospital to your home. Let somebody else worry about you. When I went in for my operation for my toe, when I broke it, the nurse on that floor said, "Oh, this is the money-making floor. The hospital sends everybody here so we can, they make money off of it. We got to keep this place full because this floor makes all the money for the hospital." Well, I wonder why the hell I was on the 7th floor then. The show wasn't looking out for me. Make sure you look out for yourself. Make sure you ask questions. Don't just let them assume you know what the hell they're talking about. Because saying we're going to clean the infection out does not mean we're going to go there and scrape it out and put it all back together. It means we're going to cut that sucker off and get rid of it. Because, you wake up without a toe and you ask the doctor what happened, and the doctor's going to say, well, it was infected, we had to remove it. You make sure you go in there with a simple little infection. They don't go start cutting parts off. You ask questions. And like I said before, you find out everything you can find out before they do anything to you. And I'm going to cut this video off right here because I'm already over 15 minutes. But I love each and every one of you. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for your prayers. I want you to keep me in your hearts. And if you will, please leave me a thumbs up. Let me know you're thinking about me and you're praying for me to get better to keep my toe. Okay? Because I'm going to fight this. And if I have to get my toe removed, I'll let you know. But I'm hoping I'm not. Otherwise, I got to spend 6 weeks sitting in this chair, letting that sucker heal. Because I can't be out there walking on it, irritating it, taking a chance on hurting it again. It has to heal. Because I was working on my countertops, working on my cabinets. I wanted to get back to doing metal work. I wanted to pour some brass. This is a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to do that I'm not going to get to do for a while. And it'll probably be cold weather by then. But y'all take it easy and have an awesome day.